Eze's told Crystal Palace that he wants out. He's told them he wants to go to Spurs. He wants to join Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur need a boost in that situation. They need a boost in that area of the pitch. So that's good news for them. Is it bad news for Arsenal? That's what I want to talk about. Is this bad news for Arsenal? Where are Arsenal in this deal? A lot of Arsenal fans been asking for Eze. Let's go after Eze. We need him. I'm not going to go as far to say he's chosen them over Spurs because we don't really know whether Arsenal were at the table, whether that was even a viable option from the Arsenal hierarchy to even want to put down for Eze. Is it just a fan thing? But Arsenal fans, I need to know, are you gutted about this? Like, should you have been there in the race for Eberechi Eze? Spurs fans, how happy are you that he's come out, not in public, but, you know, according to Fabrizio Romano, and said that he wants to join your club? Do you need him? Is that going to work for you? How much of a level up is that? And you continue to work for Savinho deal as well. So interesting stuff from Spurs. Let's get into this. From a Spurs perspective, which is what the news is about, let's go through what Romano has said. He says Eberechi Eze has informed Crystal Palace earlier this week about his desire to join Tottenham. Talks progressing as Eze already said yes to Spurs' project, ready to make his move this month. Nothing done yet, but Eze hopes for Tottenham move ASAP. And that's big. I think that's big. I think it's big that he's had that statement of intent. There's a little bit more there. Eze is pushing to join Tottenham. He agreed on personal terms with Spurs and wants to leave Crystal Palace. Eze is expected to be left out of the squad against Chelsea this Sunday. Right, that'll be telling as well. If he's not in the squad against Chelsea, then you know what I'm saying. Then you know TNT have gone with it as well. So listen, Romano's gone big. So that means that listen, Eze has said what he said, and he wants to move on. What a player! What a player! I think that he would be absolutely perfect for Spurs. Think what he represents. Think how he plays the game, and think what Spurs need. Spurs need creativity. They need goals. They need someone in that area of the pitch who's dependable. He can play from the left-hand side if they need him to. But also in the absence of the 10, I think Pap Sarr was in a 10 against PSG, who, listen, he done amazingly well, by the way. Let's not get that twisted. He played out of his skin. But he's not Eze. Yeah, he's not Eze. Bentancur run around like a madman. He's not Eze. You know what I'm saying? And with James Maddison out of the equation for a long time, which is a really, really sickener for him, and with Spurs not going for Jack Grealish, which I thought would have been a good move, they need a natural 10. I think Kulusevski's injured as well, but he can play from the right, even though they've got Kudus now as well. But the need for Eze is sky high, and there's no surprise to me why Spurs are in for him. I think it's a top move. I think I think that's a scary move. I think he cooks. I think he cooks at Spurs. And if they get Savinho, you're looking at Savinho, Kudus, Eze, Kulusevski. Yeah, you like it. You like it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It'd be interesting to see what happens with Solanke under Thomas Frank. And does he keep going with Richarlison? Richarlison ain't going to be a high volume scorer in my opinion. And Solanke, jury's still out whether he can do it consistently at this level. After having that good season for Bournemouth before getting bought for 60 million for Spurs. But Eze makes complete sense, like in every way. Like you won't want to see Jed Spence left back, or Udogie when he's back fit, should I say, him bombing down that side, Eze interchanging with him or coming in off the side. That's a problem. You don't really want to see Eze just in the 10. They haven't got a lethal striker yet, but they need to work on that. But you don't want to see Eze in the 10 popping up with runners beyond him, whether that be Savinho and Kudus with Eze in between that. No one really wants to see that. That's a long day out, mate. That's a long afternoon. So that's a perfect move. In terms of Arsenal, where are they in this deal? Or where were they? Should they have been there present? And I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans ask for Eze and say, you know what I mean, we should sign him and this, that and the other. But I think to myself, would that move actually work at Arsenal? And when I say that, I mean stylistically, with what Arteta's all about. So you got Miles Lewis-Skelly plays left back, but when you have the ball, he inverts into central midfield and is an extra support role within the midfield, probably alongside Zubimendi, and it allows Odegaard and Rice to go and do their thing. So it's almost like Arsenal have a double pivot. with possession, and then out of possession he goes back to left back. So, and Martinelli goes at his players and goes wide and gets round players, and as does Madueke. If you had Eze on the left, it'd be coming in inside every time pretty much. Eze's not a thoroughbred left winger. I think he suits that left 10 that he plays under Glasner. He also suits playing as a singular 10. But at Arsenal, I think Arsenal are essentially they play with a 6 and 2 8s, and in build up, like I said, it's almost like a box midfield with a double pivot of probably Zubimendi and the likes of Lewis Skelly at times. So how's that going to work if you have Eze coming in off the left hand side, which would traditionally be Martinelli going that way, your left back's infield? I don't know if that really fits Arsenal stylistically. Someone like Madueke, not saying he's a better player than Eze because he's not, but he fits that system of what Arsenal already are. Unless there was a big plan for Mikel Arteta to start changing up his system and doing something that we haven't seen before, which could have been possible. Or you ask for something different from Eze and say, I actually need you to be an out and out left winger. I need you going past your fullback. I need you taking him on the outside. But you're not getting the best out of Eze by doing that. So actually, stylistically, he's probably ended up at the right destination. At Spurs, he's going to get a lot more freedom in that system. He's going to be able to be the main man in that system where everything goes through him, which is a good thing. At Arsenal, less so. And at Spurs, if they get their signings right, because they're working on this Savinho deal as well, he did all right at City the first season, but again, a bit hyped up. But I think to drop down to the level of Spurs, actually, in a team that's on the playing in this Thomas Frank way, that can work. Kudus one side, Savinho the other. And Eze in the 10. You're starting to really build something. You've still got Kulusevski, obviously, to come in as well. So now you're looking at depth. Now you're looking at a Tottenham side starting to take shape. You've got Paulinho in there as well, alongside who? Probably Sarr or Bentancur. You just got options. Basuma's surplus. Might probably even leave. With his lateness. So I like it. I like it for Spurs. For Arsenal, I'm not even going to do the thing of like he chose them over Spurs. Like it's not, he chose Spurs over Arsenal. I don't know. But I actually don't think it's a bad move that Arsenal ain't getting Eze. Do Arsenal need a left winger? Yes. I just don't think it should be Eze. Unless there was something that we just can't see. So I think he's ended up probably at the right place. Rate this signing out of 10. If it happens, it probably will. Seems like it will. And how much should he cost as well? I haven't even checked how long Eze's got on his contract actually. How much should this really be costing? What's Eze contract? How long has he got left? Eze has got... Let me see that there. When does he... Eze's got 20 to 2027. So his contract, he got an extension in 23. So he's got till 27. So he's only got a couple of years left on his deal, to be fair. And it doesn't say with option. It doesn't say with option of a further extension. So 2 years left. You can leave it a year, Steve Parish, but he's done that with Gahey. Look what's happened there. Nightmare. You want to protect the value of the players. So 2 years left is a good place to sell him in, obviously, rather than one. So he should be costing what? Eze with 2 years left, he should be costing between... If Madueke, but then that's what I'm saying, you go off the going rate. If Madueke is 50, 55, then Eze should be like 65, 70, really. Minimum 60. Minimum. So I'm going to say Eze 60 million. Let's see where it goes. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for your new people. I'm out of it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Arsenal fans and Spurs fans. Peace.